Hello, fabulous Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of April 2015, General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, I've been telling all the signs, big month. It's a game-changing month. We've got an eclipse happening in the early part of the month. This eclipse is going to really change things for a lot of people by admitting the reality of the situation, allowing the truth to come out, being honest with themselves, and dealing with some very quick demands, but ultimately leads to absolute inspiration and a sense of real possibility as well. This eclipse is going to speak to those born right around the 4th or 5th more than it might to others of your sign, but everybody will be experiencing some change in their life. But if you're born right around the 4th or 5th, within a few days of that on either side, you'll be experiencing this eclipse that much more importantly. It'll be that much more of a symbol of change for you in your life. So we have this eclipse happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with what astrologers call other people's money, really setting a theme up this month, a strong financial theme for this month. So this is the type of money that has to do with grants, loans, bursaries, insurance payments, benefits, tax returns, commission payments, inheritances. And when I look at this, I think to myself that ultimately this is about accessing resources. So a couple of things can play out here with this particular eclipse. It can be that an application that you put in a while back, money that you thought was going to be there for you, all of a sudden you have to provide more proof, if you will, or put in another application or fill in another form. So some logistical matter is likely to arise that very quickly brings your attention to a financial matter. And so whether it's renegotiating some home equity or mortgage, or whether it's needing to provide more proof that you qualify for a student loan that you got or a bursary that you got, it may just be that you are now in a process of sort of finishing off a payment, a repayment, a long-term process. You're now finishing off, and there are some sort of last-minute things that need to be done to close off that account as well. But ultimately, it looks like paperwork is involved. Looks like the need to pay attention comes up out of nowhere. Could be that you've been receiving benefits. All of a sudden, you get a letter that says you no longer qualify. These are the types of situations that can come up. I'll be honest with you. But here's the thing, when we have activity in this part of the sky, the money you need and the resources you need are there. It's just that the universe gets you to pay attention. There's some lesson there. There's some karmic, and especially with eclipses, they tend to be very karmic. They tend to put us in alignment with a more loving vision for our life. And it tends to be around the time of the eclipse that we interact with people, and those interactions have a strong karmic nature. So it may be that you need to have this sort of issue come up so that you can, whether it's go to the bank or go to some place, to go to some office, so that you can interact with somebody that you're meant to there, so that you can have a particular conversation that serves as a larger catalyst for change and financial empowerment to you. So a big part of eclipses really is to trust the process and trust the inspiration. It is leading you somewhere good, and it is aiming to put you on a more empowered path at that. So really strong financial themes, as I said. This is an eclipse happening as well, a full moon eclipse. So it's like a full moon, but magnified like 25 times. Usually you can feel it coming. So usually you can, but that really depends on how conscious you are. And given the way that other power players are speaking to this particular eclipse, it wouldn't surprise me if it felt like it came a little bit out of nowhere, but you will be fine and you'll navigate it just fine at that. This can also be, as I look at this, there's an element of full moons that has to do with endings, that has to do with closures. And so, as I said, it could be a source of funding is coming to an end. Likely you knew about it, but there will be another doorway or window or something open for you to continue to experience prosperity at that. So it doesn't look like it's, just total ripping off a Band-Aid. It looks like there are steps that you can take to experience a sense of continued prosperity. And the prosperity may very well also come from the workplace. And so it looks like to me that it could be the actual work environment that ends up empowering you to create greater prosperity for yourself. I also want to say that if you are one of those people where it's associated with health, any kind of benefits you're receiving associated with health, so it could just right out be health benefits, it could be like disability that you're receiving. If it's anything related to the care of your body, it is especially protected now. So you should be able to figure out if there's any sort of bump in the road, you should be able to navigate it that much more smoothly. As we progress into the month and in the second part of the month, there's a new moon that happens in a part of the sky for you that has to do with money, but it's the money that you earn. It's the effort that you take to provide for yourself and those to whom you are responsible. And this particular new moon, while we're on the way to the new moon, there's some tension playing out. But after the new moon occurs, it looks like there's hope, there's inspiration, there's a sense of faith, there's a sense of belief that good things can happen as well. And so when I look at this new moon, it suggests to me that there might be an expense that comes up, or there might be some question around how much you're earning. Maybe you want to ask for a raise. You're going to wonder how that comes up. Maybe the possibility of shifting roles may come up, and you're wondering how that's going to affect the amount of money that you're earning. And so all of this seems to be very much in the ether right now as you're approaching this particular new moon. But when I see a new moon in this part of the sky, it does tend to represent new opportunity, a new source of income, a new way to make a living, to earn money may present itself to you. And as I said, there might be a shift in roles and change in the way that you are, what you're actually doing to earn that money. But again, attention being paid to money means money is there, is what it comes down to. Even if it feels uncertain, even if it feels like, is this raise really going to come through? Is that big payment really going to have to be paid now? Do I have to start making those payments now? Even if there are these questions happening, the money you need is going to be there, and you will very quickly find a flow and a sense of being positively inspired as you move forward and move towards greater prosperity as well. What I really love about this month for you is the lessons around prosperity, is the lessons around valuing who you are and what it is that you're choosing to do, and how it is that you believe you're meant to create greater prosperity for yourself. The universe is going to provide ample opportunity for you to do more than fine, for you to create greater abundance for yourself. Embrace the lessons, trust the process, and you will find yourself moving in just that direction.